Oh, Lord. We even got a thumbs up this time.
I know, it's special.
Well, you've never been on an episode, so you don't know if it's special or not.
Yeah, no. I actually thought he always recorded you guys in the other room.
We did it in the other room the one time.
Oh, okay.
Because a more important podcast was set up, and so we had to do it. So this is actually your second time on the podcast because you kept dropping shit.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. I listened back to it and nobody else heard it. But so it just sounded like us being assholes like in the middle of nowhere laughing and talking shit.
I did last time you were over, I was laying in bed, I didn't feel good. And I heard your friend go, "What the fuck was that? Was that a snake?" It was the air freshener, I assume. Yeah,
thing.
That was pretty good.
So
I laughed
we've
pretty
got
hard.
This is Classy Dinner Podcast. You know that because you downloaded it. So I don't know why I always feel like I need to do that. We've got special guests in the building today, in their building, because they live here.
Yeah.
So we've got Josephine Marie, and we've got producer Paulo, because this is classy, and Josey and Paul isn't classy enough. So I've been working on names for you all morning.
Oh, okay. I appreciate that.
Yeah, like good Catholic names.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're not Catholic, but...
Well, you should work on it.
Are you Catholic?
No.
See, okay.
I'm confirmed Lutheran, though.
How do you be confirmed Lutheran?
Same way. You just go to like classes on Sundays during football season in junior high, when all you want to do is like hang out with chicks and not learn about God, and then you learn about God for...
Do you get baptized as Lutheran too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get baptized until I was in like second grade, though.
Oh. I've never been baptized. So
why not?
I'm going to hell.
Yeah, you should.
I'm not fucking Catholic.
Either am I.
Okay, I'm not Lutheran.
Well, you should be.
Any type of Christian
I'm not
person.
It's not too late. You can be born again.
Yeah, that's
religion's
true.
very important on this podcast.
God doesn't. He'll wait for anybody.
Yeah.
You know?
All you gotta do is say you're
I'm
sorry.
Mormon.
Are you Mormon?
I want to be.
Yeah, she does want to be.
Why? You'd have to give up drinking.
I know, and it's a pain in the butt. I'd have to give up a lot of stuff, actually, because we have some Mormon friends.
Yeah.
Did you meet them?
I don't know.
No, you haven't met them.
Oh, I thought
I've
maybe
never
Ray
just
was
been like,
over
hey,
one
are you
time.
guys the... now every time I'm here, I'm going to be like, are you guys the Mormon
You'll
friends?
know. They
Welcome
wear white shirts and ties and have backpacks and...
That's like, so you've got a squad of like Mormon, like
squad's
door
a
knocker.
little much too.
We were partying in the backyard one day.
Yeah, it was summertime.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, these two dudes just walk into the backyard and they're like, "Hey, how are you?"
Yeah, want to hear the word of God? We're like, sure.
Yeah, we're all here. Might
we
as
had
well.
a few drinks in, so me, Paul, and Tony sat out there and listened, and Paul was super drunk, telling them, "Live your life," like Yoda.
I'm trying to convert
like,
them,
putting his hands
to
on their
atheists.
shoulders and cheeks, like, just live your life.
Have you seen that meme? It's like people playing Monopoly, and it's like we've got a lot on the line here. Like if it's like two Mormons and then like two normal people playing Monopoly, and it's like, or it's Uno or something like that, and they're like a lot's riding on this game. Whoever wins like has to convert, and it's just like a hilarious thing to like drag some Mormons in and put it all on the line.
Yeah, that's funny. No, they gave me a Book of Mormon. Paul let him borrow a book, so we will see them again. They've
What
been
book?
over like 3 or 4 times.
It's called Mr. Be Gone. It's a demon's memoir.
Hell
right?
yeah.
Because that's appropriate to give a 19-year-old Mormon kid.
He wants
why
to be
not?
a movie maker, and I was like, "Well, Clive Barker wrote this as
He's
you know,
like, "Who's
famed
that?"
Hellraiser author." And and I don't know if he's read it. I don't know if I'm getting it back.
They were
I haven't
supposed to
seen it
read-
since.
What kind of movies is he gonna make?
That's what
I'm
I
assuming
asked.
gangbang movie.
Yes, mostly. Yeah, he's probably gonna get into porn. No, I'm honestly not sure.
After that book, he might. Like,
yeah.
just, like, he completely pulled a 180 on him.
Yeah.
I was out there smoking a cigarette one time, and again had a few drinks. I mean, they're actually knocking on our neighbor's door at like almost 9 p.m. I'm like, "What are you guys doing?" And they're like, "Oh, you live there." And I was like, "Oh, it's the Mormons." And then they came over and
dude, their callback game is so great. Like if they see anybody who even talked to them, they'll be back in your life forever.
I mean, we hung out with them at least 6 times.
I mean, that dude was texting me every day, like prayers and like.
You gave him your phone number?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
I also gave him mine.
we were so buzzed, like they were like our best friends that
No, but
night.
here's a little backstory. When I walk in here, Josey tells me about the dog that she has to keep taking back to the sex
Petey.
offender.
Yeah.
And she's like,
"Is he a sex offender?"
Yeah, I told
Registered?
you. Yes, you don't
not
remember.
the dog, the guy who owns
I
the dog.
understand. Yeah, we got that in the mail, Petey.
You don't remember I showed you the thing that came in the mail, and I was like, read the address, and I was like, you know where that is? And you're like, the doghouse, and I was like, yeah.
Okay, no, I don't remember that. Right on.
But
Just kidding.
But now, so she's like, oh, make sure that I come back. And, like, I didn't understand how... I even told her, she's probably a little old to be sex trafficked at this point.
Well, she was like, if I don't come back, he's a child molester. I'm like, you're not a child.
Right.
And I went and ate my French bread pizza.
So, like... But now it makes sense on why she might be, like, duped into this. Like, that might have been...
dang.
Yeah.
That
yeah, we're
wasn't, like-
quote-unquote Mormons.
Yeah.
Come to our church. Never saw her again.
Like, that wasn't a warning of the sex offender. That was just, like, an invitation to his house. And
I mean,
she's like,
I've
"Let's go
gone
check
back
this
twice.
out."
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess you're right.
Best
Damn.
Halloween candy on the block. But, no, I don't know. So, I used to live in an apartment in Kent. And, like, these people, they weren't Mormon. What's the other one?
There's a lot.
Where they don't have, like, the windows. Jehovah's Witnesses.
Okay,
Oh,
Yeah.
they don't have
Watchtowers.
windows? What do you mean?
So, like, have you ever driven by, like, a Jehovah's Witness place?
Yeah, every day I drive by one.
And there's, like, no windows on the building.
You
Not
should
on
check.
any of the ones that I've seen.
Yeah, I will check. Interesting.
And any of the ones that I've seen, there's no windows. I don't know what the deal is. But, like, they used to come over, and these guys they knew the name of my dog. They, like, would come over, and I just wasn't an asshole to them. I'd be like, come
Right.
on, guys, like, you're talking to the wrong person. But, like, I'm still going to be nice. Do
Right.
you want a water? It's summertime. And I'd be walking my dog, and they'd be like, hey, Ray, hey, Boozer, how you doing? How do you like the church?
You're good.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
So, like, that's kind of, like, the whole... They'll latch on to anybody who likes them.
They will.
Growing up, we had a Jehovah's Witness come to our house every Sunday and talk to my dad. They would just sit and drink coffee and talk, and my dad is not religious at all. Like, he was just nice to him. So I think that's probably why I'm like, let's just be nice to him. And
But
talk
it's super
to him.
interesting to talk to those
It
people.
is. It
Because
totally
I'm not going to
is.
sit around
I'm like,
and...
did you stay abducted in plain sight? Have you seen that?
No.
You haven't seen that documentary about the Mormon guy who tricked the other Mormon family?
Into,
and,
like,
Oh,
sex
yeah,
trafficking their-
yeah.
Like, he,
I saw
like,
that one.
alien
I didn't know that
abducted the
was-
daughter.
Yeah, crazy story.
Yeah, so we talked to them about that.
I
Like, one
know.
of yours.
We're like, the dad jerked this guy off.
In the car. They're like, okay, anyway, so God, right?
They're like, oh man, they made me pray with them one time too, and I was like, I don't know how to pray.
Yeah, they're like, Josie, you want to lead? And I was like, yeah, she does. For sure.
That'd be great.
Yeah, and she's like, hello, God, it's me, Josie. No.
It pretty much was like that. It was like a 4-year-old who just learned how to talking to God. I'm like, I whispered to Paul, I'm like, what do I say?
I was like, have you never, like, had dinner? And they're like, dear God. Like, that's how you start. Then you just ramble and then cap it off with a name at it.
Yeah,
Yo,
dude.
God, what's up?
Hey,
Yeah.
God, it's me. How you been?
Been a while. Ever.
Yeah,
WYD.
forever. I don't know. When I talk to God, I'm just like, hey, God. I start with, hey, God, and it's usually in my head, not
When do
out
you
loud.
talk to God?
I'm kind of intrigued on this, too. I've been dating her for 3 years, and this has never come up.
Well, I do it every once in a while. When I see dead animals on the road, I say, God bless them, and I tell God, take care of them. And
Do you believe in God?
Only for animals.
yeah, only for me.
I
Hey, so this
guess.
brings me into one of my topics that I had for the
Okay.
week. I'm
a segue.
assuming so Josh is sick. I don't know if we talked about that yet. So
No.
okay, cool.
yeah.
So Josh is sick. I'm a resident white man, so we had to bring in somebody with a different opinion than me. So I got the closest thing to a 25-year-old black man is a 30-something-year-old white woman. So
Yep, they got it.
that's what we did
Nailed
because
that.
we're about diversity. And I got Paul to double down
Yeah.
just to make sure.
Tell me I almost said something I shouldn't have
Okay,
said.
wow.
Yeah, we haven't gotten canceled yet, and of course it's going to be the one time Josie's here. But no, Lil Bub died.
Oh yeah, the cat.
I know.
Yeah,
R.I.P. Lil Bub.
No
Moment
idea.
of
He's that
silence,
silly.
dude. Okay, that's enough for a
Who's,
cat.
who's little Bob?
It's a retarded cat on the internet.
See, I was gonna say that word, and I stopped myself.
Oh no, 100%. I'm gonna say it. The cat can't hear me. It's not gonna get offended.
Yeah,
It's
you
a
should
cat.
know who Lil Bub is. He's pretty popular.
I'll show you a picture of Lil
All right,
Bub.
that's fair. I know, like, Grumpy Cat.
It's kind of like Grumpy Cat. It
Is
looks
Grumpy
a lot
Cat
like
still
Grumpy
alive?
Cat. I don't care. Because here's the biggest part of the whole thing is I've gotten sucked in this a little bit because one of my girlfriend's friends is like super big into like internet cats. I don't
How
think
big is she?
Huh?
Nothing.
Jesus. I know we were setting up fucking T-balls here.
sorry. It's been a while
Josh
since
is
I've done
like,
a podcast.
fuck off. Never coming to this house.
Nah, she's
okay.
not big
wow.
at all. Yeah, so it's a retarded cat. So that's her cat died recently as well, so she's had like a really hard time with it. And then Lil Bub died, and then I see it on Facebook, and I just text my girlfriend. I was like, "Get ready, because like you're gonna have to deal with this." And she's like, "Oh, I got a text like an hour and a half ago."
Oh, wow.
So it just I don't know, because she made the status about how like she's like having a cat with special needs myself. Like Lil Bub was very important. And I was just like, you didn't have a retarded cat. Like, who cares? And sorry to keep using the R word, but I think it's okay when you're talking about a cat. Because
Yeah, sure.
yeah,
Cats are assholes.
Cats are fine. I like cats. I have a cat. They're great. But just like you have to clean up their shit.
Mm-hmm.
They're not very smart.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're pretty smart.
I mean, they're kind of for cats.
Yeah. Oh, I guess
Like-
you put it on that spectrum, sure.
Right. It's like it's a pet.
From cat to retarded.
Yeah.
Where do you lie?
Yeah. So I don't know. I just think that like that people take it too seriously. So like if my dog dies,
So
I'm gonna
she's
be
a grief
wreck.
hawk, as Paul would call her.
Oh, 100%.
The people that have to, for those that don't know, the people that have to jump on grief trains to make it about themselves instead of about the
100%.
the actual thing that happened. Like when someone dies that they didn't know well, they're like, I didn't know them very well, but, and you're like, why am I reading this?
Well,
Yeah.
you know, I feel more comfortable with someone caring about Lil Bub than I would like, you know,
A
when
person?
Like a school
David Bowie
shooting
passed
and-
away. Like, no, you didn't know David Bowie. Yeah, he wrote cool songs and he was old as hell, but you
When
don't
Arnold
know
dies,
him.
are you going to make a post?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Well, then I feel like your point is just...
Yeah. I don't maybe
Going
it's
back on
because
that
like
one.
none of my heroes have died yet, but like it's just like you don't know this person.
Right, yeah.
And the best part about like if when David Bowie died and then nobody's fucking brought it up since, like period.
Until now.
Yeah, but no.
I couldn't
but,
think of anyone else. I'm like,
Yeah, but like everybody was just like they were the voice. They made me
Right,
feel
yeah.
comfortable. And it's like, have you heard anybody talk about David Bowie since he's died or before he died? Really?
Right,
Like
yeah,
nobody gives
yeah.
a shit. And if you miss him, you can just turn him on your goddamn phone. That's the
That's
relationship
true.
you had with him. It's
That's
not like
true.
you have to text him or you miss him. You just turn on his stupid song and you're like, "Ah, Ziggy Stardust, here you are again."
yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
point.
that's fair.
Yeah.
I was missing some shiny pants.
That's the thing also, I guess, with being an artist, you leave behind a legacy, so you don't really ever die. Your physical body leaves, but your legacy lives on.
Yeah, records
Wow.
were meant to be broken, but legends never die.
Yeah.
Fucking Sandlot
I know.
That is, for sure.
with their half-ass Babe Ruth.
Babe.
They're selling PF flyers on the Instagram.
The shoes?
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know that it was a real thing.
I didn't either. I thought they were just like we couldn't use
I
Chuck
thought they
Taylor.
were Converses, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to call them PF Flyers.
They 100% look like Converses.
Yeah, definitely.
Just with like thicker soles.
Were PF Flyers an actual shoe though before?
I think so.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know, though.
Yeah,
But
I've never
Benny
heard
the
of
Jet
them.
Rodriguez wore them instead of cleats. Why didn't they have cleats? They had cleats back then.
And it's not like those. I don't know.
It was before the Nikes.
Those shoes looked
yeah,
awesome though.
but
I will say.
don't think they had rubber cleats.
Okay.
That's-
And baseball players play with rubber cleats because they slide.
Well, they played with studs back in the day.
Dangerous. They
Yeah.
also didn't wear helmets or anything else. I mean, you know.
There was an
things
episode of
change.
the X-Files where there was, because this is burnt in my memory, and I've watched through X-Files again,
Yeah.
and I haven't like found it. I looked through like the episodes of X-Files again. I didn't watch through all of them.
There's
The
a
fu-
lot.
yeah,
and the
there's a-
first season is rough.
It
David Duchovny's
sucks.
not good.
Not good.
Not good
Either
at
is
all.
what's her name? Jillian
I can never. Is it Scully?
Scully. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
sure.
gonna say Jillian Michaels, but I don't think she's the
That's that workout girl.
chick. Yeah.
Wow,
Wouldn't do a better job as an FBI agent either.
that's fair.
But no, like she's not good. Just the whole show's not good, and they just like bite off the fucking Jersey Devil. Who gives a shit about the Jersey Devil? They hit it right off the rip, except for Kevin Smith. But
Yes.
like,
Very true.
but like nobody cares about that episode. And
I
then
kind of do. What is the Jersey Devil?
it's like a thing that lives in New Jersey. It's
in
like a
the-
werewolf.
Yeah,
thing.
in the woods.
Okay.
It's kind of like their abominable snowman, but it's a
It's
devil.
Like a
Bigfoot,
Bigfoot,
yeah.
Chupacabra. Wait, do those really exist?
Chupacabra.
Whoa,
Yeah.
Or
no.
Bigfoot. Yeah.
None.
You
No.
don't believe
They're
in
legends.
Chupacabra?
They're legends.
Wow.
Come on now.
Okay, I
They're
didn't-
lore. It's like the Loch Ness monster.
Okay.
We're
Wow.
biting off a lot right now.
All right.
Oh, anyways, what about the X-Files? You were looking at the episode?
So there's an episode where it's like back in time, and this guy who's a really good baseball player ends up being an alien because like somebody hit him in the head with a baseball, and it like he was bleeding because he wasn't wearing a helmet, and it melted like the catcher's mitt.
Oh.
It's not as good as a story out of context of what we were talking about.
That
before.
sounds awesome. I was like, I'd like to find
I'm
that
gonna
episode.
look for that
But I've been
episode.
trying. Yeah, I've been trying to track it down. So if anybody can, I can Google it.
You
but
definitely.
Like,
I was like, a simple search. You might be able to find it.
I'm not. I don't know. I'm trying to do things without technology more now.
Oh,
Like I made it to your house without
GPS.
Google Maps.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm trying to remember things without doing it. I'm listening to books now too. I got a library card for the first time in like 20 years. So I'm listening to books.
they have
so I can learn
audiobooks at
things.
the library.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you can even you can go on the internet, get a library card without ever walking into a library, and then get like all these audiobooks and like ebooks and movies and shit without even having to like go there.
Interesting.
It's kind of a pain in the ass on the app because like they only have the rights to like so many of the audiobooks. So like
Digitally download.
Yeah.
But then
but like you can like I wanted to read this like Change Your Fucking Life book or something like that. I don't know. I heard it's good. But like it's on hold for 6 months. And it's like I'm gonna wait 6 months for an
To change
audiobook.
my life.
Right. Like
I'm gonna start now.
yeah, I can go illegally download this before that's up.
Definitely,
So
yeah.
I'm listening to the follow-up book of that, and it's just I don't know. It's fine. I
are
don't
you feeling
What's it
like
called?
your life
so
is being
yeah, so your
changed?
life changed.
No, and it's because I love inspirational bullshit books. Like it's just fun. Like Gary V, I fall for like Gary V videos. I'll watch like 30 minutes of them.
I don't know who that is.
He's like he's an entrepreneur, and he's like one of those like he's like Tony Robbins, but he's like
Okay.
he actually has started businesses and
only
swears less.
know who Tony Robbins is from Family Guy.
Okay, so like he's he's like an inspirational guy
Yeah.
for like business.
Okay.
And he just like tells people to like get their shit together, but he like swears as well, so it's like a
He's
real
cool.
world. Yeah.
He's a cool guy.
So
telling
that's
you
what this
to do.
whole book
Okay.
is, and the whole book is like you have to like figure out if you're willing or unwilling. Like if you want to change, you have to decide what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. And I was like, that's just making decisions.
Sounds
Nobody-
like a casting call, like White Couch audition. What are you willing to do? What are you willing to do?
What am I willing to do
To change your life, yeah.
To change my like what? How are we changing my life?
Yeah, what do you want? You're the one who wants to change it, obviously.
No, I don't want to change it. I'm good. I just like hearing
Oh.
like I like inspirational bullshit. So like if I can pull like one stupid thing out of this book to be like, oh, that's something I could be doing.
I understand that.
I like doing that. It's not because half of the shit that's in this book, not to like suck my own dick, but it's things that like I'm already doing. It's like find what you want to do and like put all your energy into that, and then the rest of the shit will work itself out.
Sell scrap metal.
Sell scrap metal until you're famous.
I don't need this book.
Yeah, like yeah, that's like I don't know, and it's just like stupid little shit because he's like, oh, do you want to make more money? Like you're working 40 hours a week anyways. You could be like you're making 30 grand a year working 40 hours a week. How much harder would you have to work in those 40 hours to make 60? And you're like, yeah, you just go make more money. Like that's kind of what it is. But I don't know. I
How
don't
do you
like
go make more money. I'm just wondering. Is that in the book?
you just do it. You
Yeah.
like you find you.
Is it more like
Side
manifest?
hustles,
Yeah, is it more like
you know?
manifest destiny type deal?
Yeah, you just
Okay.
go make more money. Like it's like.
I feel like it's not that easy.
Yeah, I mean, anybody, the fucking plasma place is open right now. You can go sell plasma. There's,
You're not getting anywhere near $60K a year
but
selling
there's
fucking
50
plasma.
extra dollars. That's 50 more dollars than you have.
How many times can you donate in a month? Like 4?
It's like 8.
Have you
8?
done it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I used to sell plasma.
Oh, I've never done that. I'm keeping mine.
I used to sell plasma.
Yeah, dude.
Like you open a coat.
I used to sell cars. I sold cars. I sell scrap metal and plasma.
Yeah.
I'm a survivor. I'm
your
like
business
I'm
card.
a Beyonce song.
Yeah.
Like it's, but like you need. I don't know. You do dumb things like quit good jobs to be a stand-up. You have to find stupid shit ways to make money.
Yeah.
Like sell plasma. You suck stranger dicks. Like it's you got to do what you got to do to make money in this world, and I should write my own motivational
You
book.
should, whether it's sucking a dick or donating plasma.
Yeah, just
gotta
do
what
it.
you gotta do.
Yeah,
There's
life
money
of a
out
drug
there.
addict. Is what that can be called.
Yeah,
But you're
like-
not on drugs.
Yeah, I'm not
That's
on drugs.
the fun part. You're
It's all
really,
profit.
Yeah, you're really aware of every moment of horrible decision you're making.
That's the best part. You have to be fine with living with failure all the time.
That's terrifying.
It is terrifying.
It's life.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have an inspirational book you should read. It's called God Never Blinks. It's so good.
Did the Mormons give it to you?
No, my aunt actually gave it to me years ago, and it's not like I'm not very religious, obviously, but like the little. It was written by a lady who she's local here. I can't remember her name.
Okay. You don't need to.
It's
remember
really
it.
important.
Yeah,
It is to me
honestly.
now, but it's a really good book. And she like tells like little stories about her life and how she overcame like an abusive relationship and being turned down for job. I don't know. So it's like just little simple things that she references and inspires you to.
So if you
be
love
better.
inspirational
Yeah.
bullshit,
God
I do
never
love
blinks.
inspirational bullshit, but here's the thing. I'm not going to take inspirational bullshit from somebody from
I
Akron.
thought you were gonna say a woman.
No, there's a level to how much. Like,
But she wrote a book. She's successful.
I can write a book. I mean,
Well,
And
we'll
how
see
come-
how many people reference it on their podcasts.
Well, I guarantee that was probably the first time it's ever been referenced on a podcast.
Probably.
I'd put money on it.
Dang. All right.
but it's fine.
Good for her. She had her moment now.
Yeah.
She made it.
There's going to be
on
like
an Akron podcast, she was referenced.
there's going to be 30 to 50 people who hear this recommendation.
Well,
so
God never blinks by someone.
yeah.
Wow.
You guys won't let me look who it is.
God's got dry eyes.
Yeah.
He's always watching, like Santa
Funny,
Claus.
yeah.
I don't know. Speaking of God, though, I need to look these up. We have a Kanye West segment on this podcast. It just
Okay.
happens to work out every time.
I warned her.
It's so I don't know why it resurfaced because like this was like a year old, but Ashley told me about Kanye West's new house rules. Since he's been religious, but this was like last year. It was like a big story, but it's resurfaced again.
That's how stories are now. Like nothing ever dies. Like you'll always get shit brought up that it's like I've apologized for this already, and they're like, we're writing
like the Kevin Hart
articles.
thing. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Like in
good
20
clickbait.
years, like if I ever end up on TV or something, I'd be like, hey, you talked about this retarded cat, and I'll be
Yeah.
like, yeah, sorry, sorry to Lil Bub and his estate. And everybody,
It's a state. Sorry to his camp.
but no, like to jump on like that, like Hawk, like I'm friends with like a bunch of autistic people, like slow people, people
Is
who
that the
have-
weirdest thing when you say something on PC? You start naming all the.
It's
I've never heard I'm friends with autistic and slow
I haven't
people.
either, but
I
I
know.
mean-
I've heard I'm friends. I got black
But,
people
like,
in my family.
yeah.
But I have literally never.
My brother's
heard-
gay, like shit like that. Like, it's just like a weird thing to be like. I have friends that are autistic. Okay, I can
No,
say retarded
but
if
I've
I'd like.
never heard one of them be like, I was like called retarded so much. It's always like somebody whose sister.
It's not
is-
really about them for the word being taken off the game. It's about the people I think that feel for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, to me, it's like, yeah, cool. Like, sorry that you have a mentally challenged member of your family, but I can still call a cat retarded. It's
And-
not hurting anybody's
yeah.
feelings except for yours because you don't like a word that you associate with bullying. And it's like, come on, guys.
Sure.
We're all adults. Let's, like, understand context. Like, there was a meme that was going around a while ago. It was like, instead of this word, say this word. And it was like, instead of stupid, say, I forget what the thing was. And I was like, this shit is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like, that's, like, this chick, she's like, you really can't pick a different word to say. And it's like, I could pick a different word to say, but I'm adult and I understand context and I understand, like, meaning. I'm not going to go around and be like, hey, look at this retarded motherfucker. Like, no, that's mean.
Yes, that would be mean.
But, like,
Driving by
what if you
Weaver,
say,
like, oh
look
my
at-
god.
Look at this stupid. Well, I don't think he was referencing.
I thought he was talking about people. He's calling people.
Yeah, but I
that.
think it's just like someone like being an asshole at the time, like how
Oh,
we
I
use
thought you were really
words
bad.
that describe someone in a way, but it's not
like if I said you're gay, but you're not gay.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
even
That's
though
so
that means-
Hillary Duff. And like it's my favorite commercial. Hillary Duff had like a whole campaign on this about
boy.
like which it's like obviously I'm not going to get into that debate because I think history's proven that we were wrong in the like no, I don't mean it this way. I mean it
For
that
sure,
way.
yeah.
Like yeah, now you just sound like a moron. Like but
That really is holding on to that word and be like, I love using it.
yeah,
that's all
it's
you're
the-
saying.
Yeah,
That's
it's the
all
same
you're
thing.
saying.
It's like I just want to say this word. It's
Yeah.
the same thing as like this word hurts somebody else's feelings, so you can never use it. And it's like there's contextual things that you can use.
Sure.
It. But like Hillary Duff had that commercial where like it's like this cashier who's like, "Oh, this is so gay," and then Hillary Duff goes up to the counter and is like, "Oh, this is so Tracy," and they're like, "What?" And it's like you don't like it when you're something you identify with is said as a bad thing.
What's a Tracy?
The
Like that
lady's
was the name on
Oh.
her name tag, and it's just
Okay.
like, "Wow, Hillary Duff, thank you for
He
fixing
said
homophobia."
identify as something, so I was like,
What's a Tracy?
Yeah, I'm like, what's a Tracy? Did I
You
miss something?
stupid Tracy.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Look at this Tracy motherfucker.
I know.
But it's just like, wow, thanks, Hillary Duff. You fixed like years of homophobia with one commercial.
Who knew?
In a ridiculous way.
Wait,
Thanks.
so you think she fixed it?
I
No.
think that was
Sarcastic.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
That was dripping
I
with
got
sarcasm.
Tracy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Josie.
That's good.
Proven points left and right.
Mm-hmm.
But no, so like house rules of Kanye West.
Yes.
Now, do these apply to the people within his family or
yeah.
guests? Okay. Everyone.
And guests.
Okay.
So like if you're in the house, but this is the rules that he has for Kim Kardashian. Whenever Kim Kardashian attends one of Kanye's shows, she's required to keep her eyes on the stage at all times. She's not allowed to text or speak to others. Her gaze must always be fixed on her husband.
That's insane.
That's weird.
Isn't that crazy?
Why, though?
Well, something happened, right? You don't make rules just to make rules.
No.
Like something happened and pissed him off, and he's like, "All right, mother." Like,
Well, he's all like, I'm a large fan of Kanye West, but he's like obviously a crazy person.
Okay,
Yes.
let me hear some of these other rules. Then we'll
this
base.
one's really not that bad because like when Ashley went through them, I was like, half of these, yeah, they're batshit crazy, but like the other half is just like, yeah, this is like common decency stuff. Whenever the couple sits down for a meal, whether it be at home or at a nice restaurant, Kim Kardashian is allowed to have her phone with her. He wants her to be present and not consumed by social media.
that's
okay.
that's
I
fine.
mean,
Yeah,
that's
that's-
how we live. Like, we don't have our phones when we're hanging out. Like,
Not the need for an article.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's fair. So he had these rules written down and or posted throughout the house, I take it?
I think it's just like somebody probably interviewed somebody that's like
close to
in
the camp.
Okay.
Yeah. Most people prefer their homes to be set to a comfortable temperature so they're not too hot or cold. They, however, keep it at a very low temperature so he can justify wearing his favorite hoodies while inside.
Well, I
Okay.
mean, wasteful, but fine.
No, I mean, I
That's
keep my
preference.
house cool during the winter because we have blankets and I'm poor.
But that's not you using air conditioning in the summertime to wear your favorite hoodie. That would be different.
That's true.
Where do they live? I'm assuming California?
Yeah,
Where
California.
it's always like 75, 80?
But they're millionaires. I mean, they can get
That's
away
fine.
with
I'm
it.
just saying, wasteful, but whatever. That's
Like,
preference.
not crazy.
No.
This is actually kind of crazy. Even though the laundry's done by a maid, Wes makes sure that they keep all of their clothing separated before it's washed. He doesn't want his clothes mingling with hers.
I don't find that strange either. I actually don't think that's that crazy.
She does that.
No,
You keep
that's
it-
not
I'm
true.
kidding.
I mean, honestly, to be honest with you, that did happen this morning where I had 3 things in the washer, and I was like, you can just wash them with your clothes. And then I was like, second thought, you could just take them out.
I
Did you take
washed
them
them.
out? Damn, okay.
But I don't know.
They
'Cause like,
mingled. Sorry.
like, if I have half a load of laundry and Ashley has a half a load of laundry, it's going to go in together like Sunday's laundry day.
This is the reason why, because one time somebody had a pen in their pocket and washed and dried their clothes.
I do that all the time.
So I don't want my pretty clothes to be ruined.
I ruined
You know?
the dryer. It-
Let's stain the inside?
Yeah.
He had to scrub it
Don't
for
you
like
hate it when that
an
shit happens?
hour.
Dude, I was in there with
With dry
3 bottles.
magic erasers.
Yeah, 3 bottles of nail polish remover. I was like, I couldn't breathe. Like, it sucked.
But why? Like, it's already baked in there. It's not going to ruin anything anymore.
I think we washed something else and it rubbed off. It
Yeah.
heated back up and then rubbed off on what
That's
we dried.
so funny.
Yeah.
Sucks. It sucked.
I would have just
So-
like kept it in there and be like, God damn, this must have been in that load of laundry too.
Dude.
Like,
I
I would have never figured it out.
Ruined so many clothes.
As a businesswoman and socialite, Kardashian has a very busy life, and she frequently spends time with her friends. However, she must get West's stamp of approval before bringing new people into her life.
Okay.
Understandable.
Right, like that's
Yeah,
that's
that's
being in a
fine.
relationship.
Yeah.
You
Well,
also have to take into consideration their level of celebrity and like outlandish lifestyle that we don't experience
So
ever.
you've got people all the time, like the fucking reason that this list was made is some rat probably got fired
Yep.
and was like, listen to these crazy rules.
Remember when she got robbed or whatever?
Yeah.
All her stuff. Like, that could have been an inside job.
It
Who
more than
knows?
likely was.
Yeah. So you should be mindful
People were
who you let
super
into your
hyped when
life.
she got robbed too. That was that's so weird.
She was like held by gunpoint and stuff. Like,
yeah, like, and that's the craziest part about 2019 is like, yeah, I get that, like, I'm never gonna be a millionaire or a billionaire, so like, who cares what happens to millionaires and billionaires? But like, also, everybody wants to be like anti-billionaire until Beyonce comes out with a new album,
right? Yeah.
and then they're like, she's the voice of our generation. It's like she's also a fucking billionaire who you said that you're fine with people killing. So which one is it?
yeah.
Everybody get in formation, but also let's kill her when we get the chance. That doesn't make sense. Fix yourself, 2019.
It's almost over. Don't worry.
Yeah.
That's great. It's gonna be 2020 soon. We'll talk about Thanksgiving in a minute too.
Okay.
Oh, this is the worst. I'm gonna be done after this one because like there's 19 of these and I don't want to go through all of them. But Kardashian apparently received some less than ideal attention on social media for form-fitting clothing she wore while pregnant with their first child. So when she became pregnant with Saint, West had complete control of what she wore.
Wow.
I mean, that is a little strange, you know.
But that's like there was another one in there, like it was like maybe that's why it was because it was like an updated thing. Like he doesn't want her on Instagram or like in public in like scantily dressed stuff.
Does he realize who he married?
That's my point. Is like this man would show people the Kim like before they were together, if he brought some chick back after a show or something, he would like have them watching the Kim Kardashian sex tape before he hooked up with them. Like that's how obsessed he was with Kim Kardashian. And like so he knows what she's famous for. He's familiar with her work, I'm sure.
Very.
And now he's like, hey, don't be Kim Kardashian.
I don't think that's fair considering he has that one song. It's like really risque about
the one
sex. I don't know. It's like I don't know what it is. It's a more recent song. It's the one where him and the other dude dressed up in the water bottles and that one, right? That's a pretty dirty song, isn't it? Like
yeah, it's called She's a Fucking Hoe.
Okay, yeah.
Like that's not what it's called, but that's like half the song.
That's the lyrics. Yeah. So I don't think it's fair for him to be able to write a song like that. And
now he's like he's newly
rules.
Religious again after that song, so it's a completely different thing.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, we've covered it on the
again.
first. Yeah, it's never too late for anybody.
You were really proud of that one. You looked at me and you're like, call back.
Oh, call back. Professional podcaster.
Right?
But no, isn't that like how can you?
It's hypocritical.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It is strange.
Yeah, it is strange.
I mean, he's a weird dude, though. I don't really understand everyone's like super, super into Kanye. Like, I don't get it.
I listened to Gold Digger last night.
Oh, I love it. He's so like he is just fun TV to watch, and it's like everybody needs to get off his nuts about like nobody's a role model. If you're an adult with a role model, like you're not an adult.
I do feel though that Kanye he did have a like an in as far as like being a role model. Like he had it when he first like hit the scene.
Oh, because he was like
Through the Wire.
He was the best producer at the time. He came out with great music. The George Bush hates black people, whatever. Like he had that in there, but then like he's still a human being with bipolar disorder.
He definitely has bipolar.
Something,
yeah, he does.
He's come out with saying he's got bipolar. So like he's like a legit person who's famous and he's dealing with mental health issues. So you're like, oh, he's so crazy. It's like, yeah, he's been telling you he's crazy for a while. Yeah. And it's like, cool. Like not everybody's fucking Beyonce or Jay-Z where obviously we know they're fine selling their souls to make $1 billion, which God bless them, because everybody would do the same goddamn thing.
Yeah,
for sure.
Would, yeah.
Everybody's for a cause until the check's written.
Mm-hmm. Jeez, you're full of them today. Like,
yeah, that's like how I feel about it. No. I use words for money every once in a while.
Fair enough.
So like, but no, like that's my big thing on it is just like let the dude be crazy. It's his house. If she wants to leave, she's allowed to. Like,
yeah, but
we don't know what that prenup says. What do you think their prenup says?
She makes more money than he does.
Yeah, she's gonna be
sure.
fine.
Yeah, they're fine either way. Speaking of people who are sucking dick for money, like that's.
Oh, I was like, you look at me weird. I'm like, I don't do that.
How dare you?
I've been watching a lot of Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and like they hold like those old timey microphones, like you're holding it right now.
Yeah, I know. Just the stand broke, so I'm doing it old school.
But it's just so
you can't
I like
see it because it's a podcast, so it doesn't matter. Thanks for bringing it up, right?
Do you want to sit here while I go make myself another drink?
No, you're fine. I'm totally
yeah, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
Anyways, go ahead.
Oh, I don't remember what we
Miss
were talking.
Maisel.
Oh yeah, but no, like they hold like you know those old timey like metal microphones.
Yeah, no, totally. I look like a fucking announcer in a boxing ring right
yeah,
now.
Like they pick them up. I was like, I didn't even know you could do that with those microphones.
I mean, yeah, you can hold anything if you, you know.
You have hands and thumbs.
One of the things that's not realistic about that show is just how well everything sounds when everybody knows microphones were dog shit until 5 minutes ago.
I don't even know what show you're talking
Either
about.
do I.
You've never seen Marvelous Mrs. Maisel?
No.
Oh, it's a stand-up show.
Is it on Prime?
Yes.
Okay.
It's great. It's a really good show. I would recommend it to anybody.
Okay.
I don't know. Do you guys care about politics at all?
You can talk about them. We don't really know much.
I'm gonna go make my drink.
No, Kamala Harris dropped out of being a presidential candidate.
I don't know who that is.
Okay, she was like a woman of color from California who used to be there. Like, I'm allowed to say woman of color if anybody heard that.
Yeah, that is proper.
That's the way you're supposed to say it.
Correct.
But like, she used to be the attorney general of California. Now she's like a senator from California, and she was running for president. She was the only like person of color really still involved in it.
So she was part of the diversity camp.
Yeah.
And now she's gone. Why?
Because nobody was gonna vote for her because she was a cop. Like, she had like really bad like.
I think I have read articles on her.
She, like, one of her big things that when she was attorney general, they were having problem with kids not going to school. So, like, she proposed a bill or, like, had this thing where she would, if kids missed so many days, she would put the parents in jail.
Yeah.
And like the biggest people that were having a problem were like single mothers getting their kids to school on time. So they like counted as like tardy or missing, or they couldn't keep track of their kids.
Yeah, it's truant.
So like they were going to put the parents in jail for that.
Right.
And it's like, so you're all about like the lower class, you say, and you're going to be punishing
the lower class
single mothers for like their kids being shitheads, like when they're in bad situations already, and then you're just going to take their parents away. So you're going to take somebody who only has one parent, put their other parent away because they couldn't make sure they got to school on time when they're probably working 4 jobs to make the bills.
And that is a rough,
Yeah.
So I understand why people wouldn't want to vote for her.
I have a younger sister, and she was truant to the point where they threatened my mom that, they were going to take her to court. And, like, the sheriff started to come and pick my sister up for school. So they found a way around it. I don't know. So I don't think she should have been put in jail, but like they definitely need some type of.
Oh yeah, like there's got to be some sort of like, hey, you gotta get your kid to school, but like you also can't put like single mothers in jail for their kids not showing up.
Counterproductive,
right?
In that sense, it's like, how's the kid gonna get to school now?
So whatever. So she like already was running just like a bad campaign, and like I don't know, she just wasn't a good candidate, which everybody wants like this perfect, like she was a woman of color. She's obviously very smart because she wouldn't have gotten where she is without being smart. Sure. She knows how to speak well. Like she sounded fine. She sounded presidential, but like that doesn't mean she should be president. And like people want to like have that, like she checks these boxes. Like fine, but like let's look at her, like what she wants to do. And then people are like, see, this is what happens when a woman of color runs for office. Like, there's plenty of great women of color who could run for office, and you guys don't give a shit about
this.
That.
Also happens whenever anyone runs for office. They try to find dirt on them and then make it so you don't vote for them and vote for the other person that found the dirt.
Like, Joe Biden is leading the Democrats right now, which I don't know how the fuck that's happening. Because, like, he became, like, in the 80s, he would steal, like, Kennedy speeches. He would, like... He's in trouble for groping women. There was that picture this week of him like sucking on some lady's fingers randomly. It was weird. I don't know.
Weird.
And he's 1.5 million years old. He can't remember anything.
Dude, and his son is weird.
All of them are.
Because his son married his dead brother's wife.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't know
Or
that.
he didn't marry her. He dated her after the brother died.
Hey,
sorry.
Love strikes in weird ways.
Yeah, you've never seen Pearl Harbor?
I have seen that, yeah, but that's a movie.
Well, I mean, it's based off of something.
This is true.
I'm sure it's happened, yes. I'm sure.
We just went by the anniversary. That was timely reference, sir. Was it on yesterday?
Yeah, was it?
Oh, Pearl Harbor? I don't know.
Was it December 7th yesterday?
It was.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Don't you think
Hawaii.
that's a little weird to play that movie on the day?
I don't know if they did, so.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't know. I'm pro Kate Beckinsale whenever it
That's
happens.
fair. I'm pro Affleck, so.
I love Ben Affleck.
He's great.
Dude, Adjustment Bureau.
I've not seen it.
Whoa.
Good?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if it's Ben Affleck, though. It might be Matt Damon.
I think it's Matt Damon, for sure. I mean, but I understand. You get him too confused. One of those good Will Hunting boys.
Fine. Then what's the one with...
Stuck on You. Amazing. Also Matt Damon.
And Greg Kinnear.
He was good in the fucking the murder one.
The Accountant.
No.
The Town.
Batman v Superman.
No.
The murder one. Gone Girl.
Gone Girl.
Gone Girl's great.
Dude, I did not trust my girlfriend for 3 weeks after I saw that movie.
That
Oh my
movie's
God.
fucked up.
I was like, don't. I was a little high, probably drinking at that time too. And she's like, hey, we're going to watch Gone Girl. And I was like, there's nothing I want to see in Gone Girl. And then there's like a lot you want to see in Gone Girl.
It's really good.
But like, then you're just like, what the fuck is going on, dude? Like, you can't show me this with this bitch who's ready to murder everybody and then be like, all right, let's go to dinner.
That was weird. That, yeah. It was
Strange.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So, yeah, I don't know. Kamala Harris is out, which makes me want her to be president now because she has the like, I would say if you ran a poll of her now, she's made more news dropping out of being president by making
Probably.
that great decision to drop out of president. That makes me think that she might be willing to be president or like be okay to be president. Like,
It's wild.
she's
Like, yeah, I got
she's
you.
okay to like. She's like, oh, I know a bad decision when I
See
see one.
That is good.
Yeah,
Something we need in the leader of the free world.
yeah. Except for fucking Michael Bloomberg trying to be president, the old mayor of New York,
Oh.
who's like a billionaire, and he spent like $80 million on TV commercials, and he just like threw his hat in the ring, and like it's all white people and all the fucking things. It's hilarious.
Jeez.
It's my favorite commercial. It's stupid shit.
Who's
that
the Chan guy or something like that?
Andrew Yang?
Yang. Sorry, my bad.
Wow.
My bad. I knew
That's
it
who
was
we're
like
voting for.
But yeah, how do you
I
feel
see
about
that
the Yang gang?
You follow Mike Calhoun on
I do.
Twitter.
Yes, I see him pop up quite a bit.
I put a tweet out because it's just like the Yang Gang people are the most annoying people in politics, because it's just like I can see why people didn't like listening to Bernie Bros in like 2015, 2016, because Andrew Yang is polling at around 3%. He might have picked up a couple points since Kamala Harris got out, and they're just like, they're only on Twitter. They're not in real life.
So he's very low. I can't tell because it's on my feed constantly. So I'm like, this dude's going to be the next president.
It's because you're on Twitter. Like, the only people who like him are people on Twitter.
Okay.
And, like, yes, he's got great ideas. I think universal basic income is a great idea.
What does that even mean?
So what it is it's basically like a stipend that you get every month.
So a government-funded check?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So we're all getting government assistance?
Pretty much. So the idea behind it is with
You don't got to work.
no, like technology, like with automation taking over most jobs now.
Yeah.
Like cashiers, truck drivers are going to be gone soon.
Truck drivers will not be gone. There's no way that they're going to let robots drive on the road.
100%.
That's going to be too expensive.
No.
It's going to be
gonna
cheaper.
You're going to
It's
have
cheaper.
to have, but the insurance policy, once one truck goes, that's going to be way fucked. And then they dump all this money into making every truck automated.
I think
there's no
you're
way.
missing the point of like when it boils down to it.
Sure,
will be
in
way
100
more
years, it might
beneficial.
happen.
Yeah,
and
but I mean,
which
it's
is why
gonna
they're
start
going to do
somewhere.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, you've seen
They'll do it.
iRobot. Like all the cars are going to drive themselves,
Total
everything
Recall.
like that. Like
Tiny cab.
yeah, like it's all going to be like everything's going to be automated.
Okay, sure.
And-
It's going to take a while though.
yeah.
So the idea behind
not in our
it,
lifetime, so I
No,
don't give a
probably
fuck
yeah.
about
not.
it.
So, but like the idea is to like lay the groundwork to like give everybody $1,000 a month to like make sure that you can cover like your housing or part of your housing and your bills, so then you like can actually live a life
And
instead
spend
of
that money back into the economy.
right.
And
It's the same thing as like when George Bush gave everybody that tax stipend forever ago.
Like $200.
But rich people got way more money. So and so that's kind of the idea behind that. But it's a good idea on paper. Like Sweden kind of does shit like that. Like it works, and like it helps people like start small businesses where like they know that like, oh, my mortgage is paid, so I can take a risk and like open up my restaurant.
Sweden though has also implemented so many other things combined with that
And there's
that make
7
it work.
people. There's 7 people in Sweden.
I was about to say,
they
yeah.
do like
They failed, not that many
They
people.
do group housing there where like
Yeah.
these people live in a big building like as a little community, and they all take turns cooking dinner and cleaning, and like it's like they have it like almost figured out how to live in peace.
And it's a very
and be
homogeneous
happy.
society. Like it's like mostly white people. And
Well,
like,
it's Sweden, yes.
you know what I mean? Like so, it's almost like that dialing back to like a 1950s kind of communal thing where like yes, it would open it up. Like if I had an extra $1,000 a month, that covers pretty much most of my bills. So like I could go on the road and do my stupid comedy shit.
I don't need an extra $1,000 a month. Why don't they just cut out taxes, keep their own money, and let me keep my goddamn money? Because we're literally like, they're not giving me $1,000. You're just giving me money back that I've given you.
Right.
So,
but then you're also gonna not have roads or military.
I'll get a horse.
Wow. Answer for everything.
Or science. Like, I don't know. Like, that's...
Taxes do go towards good things, is what he's trying to say.
I mean, it mostly
agree,
goes
but
towards
I'm
the
just
military.
saying, if you're going to be giving $1,000 back, what is the point of collecting the taxes?
Yeah.
If you're it's just a...
Well, but you're not working. Like, so what it is basically doing is... Because, like, we're not going to be funding it. The millionaires and... Like, Beyonce is going to be funding it.
Good, as she should.
Right. So, like... That is kind of the idea of, like, it's $1,000 without having to work. So, like, it covers everything. Obviously, there will be people who take advantage of it, but I feel like it would free people up to, like, all right, cool. So, like, if I have a kid or something like that, maybe I can work part-time to make sure I can take care of my kid and make sure that they live a life and, like, become a doctor or something because they actually have somebody paying attention to them instead of me having to go to jail because they're not making it to school on time.
That's your president you want.
Yeah, but like it loosely makes sense, but it's like it's not a it's not an easy thing to digest.
It's just another handout, though, in a way, and like I think that's probably like why we have become the society we have.
But who's getting the handout? Like
lots of people. I mean, there are tons
not
of people.
most people. Like the society we have now is based off of.
You're right, actually, because
Right.
you have to be like dirt poor to get a handout,
Right.
And if you're like a single mom making $20,000 a year, you are just above the cusp. Like that's nothing for you and a child. Like,
Yeah, and that's like,
almost nothing for
it's,
you.
It's nothing. When you boil down like rent in a car,
Yeah.
I mean that's nothing.
Yeah.
So the rules are a little goofy, but
and that's goofy.
I mean, yeah.
And there's
People's
there's
lives
ways to do
completely
it without
blow.
there's ways to do it without like the UBI thing where like what you're saying is instead of like taking that tax money, like the quote unquote middle class is taxed higher than anybody else because it's like the highest pool. Where if you just like say you take our taxes down, I think the rate's like 28 to 30%, somewhere around there. And then you take it down to like 25%, and then you switch that other 3% to like a billionaire. 3% of their income doesn't affect them.
But it's a ton.
But it's a ton of money.
Yeah.
Where 3% of our income, like if you're making...
40 grand.
That's hard math. I was trying to make it like 30 grand.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Like 3% of that is like $100 if I'm doing the math right. Like if you could use an extra $100 a year, like that's actually like a legit thing at 30 grand a year. That $100 over 12 months is only $10 a month, but that's Hulu. Like you could have Hulu instead of no Hulu. Where a billionaire is like, I can have
I wish you run for president. All of us can have Hulu if we can make the billionaires pay 3% extra and take 3 away from us. Because if my math's right, which it wasn't, because I believe it's like $900.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
That's even more money.
Yeah.
I can't do math. I couldn't even count the game spots on Sorry last night.
I thought she was having a stroke.
On what?
We were playing Sorry. The board game?
Yeah.
Okay, I
Sorry.
didn't know if you were familiar.
I just can't
No,
do math. Don't
I
ask
am
me to do
familiar.
math.
I'm just...
But she was counting the spots, and she kept having to go back and recount them. I'm like, it's 7.
Yeah, it is 900. How did you come up with $900 right off the top of your head?
He's good at math.
Well, 1% of 300 or 30,000 is 300.
So an extra $900 a year.
Sure, yeah, well, at
That's
a point.
That's way better.
That's a lot of money for somebody who's
Yeah, definitely. It's
making
almost
30
a G.
grand.
Why
Yeah,
not
I
use
agree.
that idea though? Here, I got an idea.
Yeah.
I'm running. Why not give that to places like employers as incentive to hire people, train people, send people to school?
because they're going to
And,
keep that money. They're going to take that money
then
and
there should be regulations where you have to hire so many people and send so many people and do this. But that's actually like bettering the community too.
Well, but that's also like what they tried to like. That was the idea behind like the healthcare deal,
Right,
Is
I-
like,
And it fucked over a lot of small businesses.
well, it didn't. It kind of did, but it also like fucked over a lot of workers because a lot of businesses were like, "Fuck it, you're not full time anymore, you're part time."
Yeah.
Right.
instead of like, you know what I mean?
They found ways around it so they didn't have to deal with
So
it.
it's like, oh, so you're gonna have to train these people. Okay, cool. My son's gonna get trained instead of it kind of sets up like the whole human part of it. Where if you put the money in the hands of the people, so like everybody top to bottom gets this $1,000, whether you're homeless on the street or you're a billionaire running a company. It makes sense. Everybody's getting it, and then you can use that extra $1,000 a month. I mean, that's $12,000 a year is a lot more money than a lot of people in this country are making.
I agree with that. Yeah.
So I mean, it makes sense on paper, but in reality, it probably doesn't make sense, and that's why the dude's only pulling at 3%. But Twitter fucking loves them. Everybody's got a blue hat in their stupid like Twitter bio thing, and it drives me fucking insane.
All right.
I forgot what you were talking about.
3% of the people. Like, and I completely get it when Bernie Sanders was polling at like 45 to 50. Like, that makes more sense to like have a movement around than some fucking goon who's got 3%.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. And like they're like, he only talked for 2 minutes. It's like nobody cares. I don't know.
Sure.
This is classy dinner.
Yeah.
This is what we talk about.
This is nice.
I know. It makes you feel
I
smarter.
do wish there was food involved.
She almost made steaks, and I was like, "Don't ruin our dinner for a joke."
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would? Why would we eat on a podcast?
Because it's classy dinner.
Oh, that's like murder for ears.
Yeah. I already listened to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I have that too. When people like the proper term masticate, like I cannot fucking stand. It drives me up the wall.
I feel nervous sometimes when we're sitting on the couch and I'm eating like chips on the other side of the couch. I'm like,
She'll ask. She'll be like, "Am I annoying you?"
Well,
I'm
that's
like,
one of my notes was ASMR because like somebody did it as a joke in their podcast, and I don't get people who enjoy that shit.
I don't
oh,
either.
like the John Cena
Like the-
commercial. He's like,
Yeah.
What's ASMR?
It's like
Just sound effects.
they make like they'll like whisper.
Oh, okay, yeah. She told me
it's
that.
supposed to be like trigger, like a
like, gives you,
happy, like euphoric, like almost like a.
Dude,
I don't
Some
get that
people
either.
get like an orgasm
it
type
grosses
like
me
thing
out.
from
It's
it.
the like they'll put it's and for whatever reason it's just like in my like Instagram Explore thing. Maybe it's just because like I clicked on one and I was like, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah.
Because I like those like engineering videos and I was like, oh, maybe they're doing something like that. And this chick like put like saran wrap over like a really good microphone and then like sprayed like shaving cream on it and was like rubbing it on the microphone. And I'm like, this makes me want to kill myself.
I see.
That's fair.
We were watching the John Cena commercial the other day. Have you seen that one?
I have
that
not,
he does.
but tell me all about it.
Oh, it's
Let's start with who is John Cena. I want to hear.
You don't know who John Cena is?
I want you to tell me about John Cena.
John Cena is a professional. Okay, he WWE wrestler.
Yep, professional wrestler, he gets paid.
Can't see me.
Yep.
So why is he on a commercial if we can't see him?
Oh wow.
Wow. He's doing a commercial for Sky Vodka.
Yep.
He's
Great
proudly
vodka.
American.
Ugh.
That's the
And-
campaign, proudly American, but he whispers on it and stuff like
Tito's
that.
is the most American vodka. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, because Tito's is.
And Sky Vodka's garbage.
I don't
That's
drink vodka.
why they paid him a lot of money to endorse it.
Yeah, but he does the whole, because I think there was a girl who did like a beer commercial or something, like a real hot girl. They had do one where she's like clinking on the glass.
Oh, is
and-
that the Zoe Kravitz commercial?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I
And
didn't know it was
so
a beer commercial.
it's some type of. I thought it was.
I just
thought
know
it
I
was an
hate it.
alcohol. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just confusing it with the John Cena. But he does one and he like drinks it and goes. And I laugh every time. I think it's so funny just because it's John Cena doing it.
Yeah.
Which makes it kind of, I don't know, ironic because he's not like, doesn't have like a nice soft voice or,
Yeah.
I don't know. But
John Cena wants to be The Rock so bad.
I
He
mean,
does.
who doesn't want to be The Rock?
Yeah.
Come on now.
I watched The Rock work out on the Instagram the one time.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, how crazy is it that this is his job is to be that huge all the time?
I heard his cheat days are insane. I'm sure people love to hear about this, but yeah, I heard his cheat days are
Who
just
cares
wild.
about the people?
Okay, that's fair.
That's the whole point of Classy Dinner. Is
Yeah, it's
they're
about
gonna
us.
listen to it anyways.
Yeah, sure.
It doesn't. They need something to fill their stupid ears. Like that's why I'm listening to self-help books.
wow.
I'm bored.
It's the third episode of this hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, I do re-listen to it.
Do you really?
Yeah, I got to make sure you don't talk about the same thing.
That's a good call.
Yeah, I'm a professional, guys.
Yeah, you are.
This is.
You're classy.
It costs me money, but it's
Why? Do you said it costs you money.
because I have to pay money to record this.
Oh, okay.
That's
And
how
host it.
and host it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, It was Josh's turn to pay for the month too. I think that's why he didn't show up. So I would pay. We're gonna start that.
Oh, you wanted to talk about Thanksgiving?
Oh yeah, fuck Thanksgiving. By the way,
Why?
And that's been classy dinner. No.
yeah. No, I just I don't know. Was your guys' Thanksgiving good?
Yeah.
it was
What'd you guys
perfectly
do? Do you guys split holidays?
fine.
No.
What do you mean?
Like, do you pick one family to go to for
Oh
Thanksgiving?
no, my
and one
family
for
lives in Florida.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's a newer thing. That's this year. But we used to. Well, honestly, we would pick one or the other because doing like 2 in one day is too much.
Yeah,
and
a lot of food.
yeah.
Yeah,
it's just
but you guys are at least
pointless.
like, I mean, they were low because you Talmadge, right?
Yeah.
So like, what is with all the Can I talk to you about Talmadge real quick?
If you mentioned circles, we don't even need to talk about it.
Why do they have 1,000 flags on the circle? Like, there's so
I have
many
no
flags
idea.
on there.
It
Yeah.
looks pretty.
Yeah, I have no idea.
God
They
hates
also
flags.
also only on one. Wow.
You should name the episode that. God hates flags.
But that just drives. I don't know. But I saw it on my way here. Obviously, I was a little toasty on my way here.
Sure.
And I was like, why are there so many Why do we need all these flags for?
Yeah, I don't even know what they stand
It's
for.
Talmadge.
Yeah.
There's 7. Whatever. So I don't.
Thanksgiving. Why do you hate it?
I didn't like it this year. I love Thanksgiving. It's my favorite
Is it
holiday.
because you didn't go to Josh's?
Yeah, I should have gone to his now because like I went to my family's. I don't think any of them know how to download podcasts, so I can openly talk about it.
Alrighty.
But like, so we go to my grandma's house because there's 6 people there who are eating Thanksgiving. There was no turkey.
What?
No, we're gonna start with that. There was no turkey. The only thing I care about on Thanksgiving is green bean casserole because it's
Okay.
the best. And so they at least made that, but they had ham.
Okay.
But it was like room temperature because they forgot to heat it up before we came over.
What?
I know. And hams are like pre-cooked anyway, so like nobody
Yeah,
got
sure.
trichinosis. But like it was, yeah. But so then,
Isn't that a sexually transmitted disease?
no.
I swear that when I used to work at the doctor's office, these girls would come in with like trichinosis in their vaginas.
Trichinosis in their vaginas.
They're shoving undercooked pork up into
Yeah.
them. Like,
I don't know.
but
These sausages are amazing. Go ahead.
Anyway.
But no, so like, and then it was like boxed mashed potatoes. Like it was just not
Wow.
good. Yeah, it was bad.
That is lazy.
On top,
Who cooked?
Nobody, obviously. So like, but the worst part is like, so I walk into my grandma's house and they have one dog. That's it, one dog. I walk in there and the whole house smells like a fucking like pound.
Oh man.
Like,
yeah.
and they're older, which it's like, okay, their house isn't gonna be that clean.
Right,
They're
right.
old, they can't take care of it themselves. But like, my mom doesn't do anything in her fun time. Go over there and run a fucking vacuum.
Oh, man.
Or like pick up the dog shit that's behind all of the couches.
Oh no.
Like the couch was like it was a gray couch, but it was like 3 shades darker than it was the last time I was there. And I'm just like, I don't want to eat here. I
Dog
was
shit
throwing-
behind the couch?
Dude, I was throwing the biggest bitch fit. Like I was not. Usually I can like, I only have to deal with my family like once or twice a year because I live 2 hours away from them, and I just always happen to be busy with stand-up dates. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But
not planned or anything.
no, it's not like that's the reason why I fill up my weekends trying to make other people happy is because I don't like my family. But here, this isn't therapy. But no, so I'm like supposed to eat, and I was just like, I just want to get out. Like, I just asked for a can of Febreze to carry with me everywhere, and they're like, you need to be more nice. And it's like, no, I don't need
you
to be.
are an asshole. You did say that?
Yeah, I was like, you need to like I will go to Lowe's and get a steam cleaner right now to clean this
boy.
house, and everybody's like, oh well, we have one. It's like, where the fuck are you guys?
Was your
What do you-
girlfriend with you?
Yes.
Oh, that's even more embarrassing.
That's embarrassing. Yeah.
It was so gross.
If you were throwing a bitch fit like that at your house, I'd be like, oh, I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah.
I'll drive the 2 hours.
And,
home.
like I didn't. This is like
Oh, Uber.
this was all bottled up over like 4 hours. So like me complaining this much was over like 4 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was like a snide comment because I was like,
Here
I just
and there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like light a candle
You're not
next to
drinking.
me. Yeah, that's the worst part. It's
Yeah.
like I can't even do, and I forgot my weed at home. Not that I would ever do drugs, just in case people at work found my website. So
Nice.
they
Well,
yeah,
this
whatever.
this isn't really you. This is your character.
Yeah, no, work is my character, but Yeah, so then like I just canceled on family Christmas because I was just like, we're not dealing with this problem again.
Not doing that again.
Because it's gonna be in
Wait,
family.
at Thanksgiving you canceled Christmas?
No, my aunt texted me like the next day, and I was like, I'm not answering anybody's text message from like my family for a while
Until 2020.
Yeah, and she texted she texted me again yesterday. She's like, "Hey, texted you at the beginning of the month. Just wanted to check in and make." I was like, "I got a stand-up date." So now I have like 2 weeks to fill this date. If anybody wants to book me on December 21st, I'm
Oh, they just said the 25th. I was like, good fucking luck, dude.
on the 21st. But I don't know. That was my Thanksgiving.
I would just say I'm not driving 2 hours. I wouldn't even
It's
lie.
like
I
3
would just
hours
be
to
like,
Finley.
I'm just gonna be. I can't do that drive. That's hard.
It's not that bad.
Or just tell them you're going to your girlfriend's thing.
We are gonna go to her thing, but
Yeah,
like
just tell them it's the 21st. Do they know? Are they going to be like, it wasn't?
I already picked my lie, so I'm gonna.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
The show went really well.
Yeah, like it was great.
Yeah,
like
solid
everybody,
crowd.
Yeah, everybody knows my website, and like there's nothing on that date, so I need to fill it quick.
Why
Why
don't
don't
you
you
just make a fake
Yeah,
one?
fake fill it.
That's not professional. I don't blend family and professional life.
I'm pretty sure you just
Do
did.
they check your fucking website?
Probably not.
I doubt it.
I know they're very supportive.
My mom didn't even know I was in a band for the longest time, so yeah.
That's not your fault. You didn't tell her that. I mean,
She could have asked.
Why are you in North Dakota this week? Oh,
Yeah. No reason.
took a wrong turn to Albuquerque.
Yeah, nice.
Like Bugs Bunny.
I was like, my fucking Bugs Bunny.
well, I'm sorry that you had such a crappy Thanksgiving. Do you do Friendsgiving? Like, do you have any friends that do
Well,
that?
yeah.
Yeah,
was
I
just
was
a
supposed to
sore
go to
subject.
Josh's, so he was mad at me for a while. Thanks for listening to the podcast.
I do. I was there.
You listen to it while it's going on. It doesn't
Hey,
count. You
still
don't
listen.
download it
I listen sometimes through the vents.
There you go.
while you're dropping shit in the middle of everything.
That was the dogs.
Yeah, they
I'm
jump
not-
off the bed.
That's fine.
And it's wooden floors with like
Yeah.
nothing in between.
Beautiful house.
Thank you.
Is that sarcasm?
Felt
No,
Hey,
Goodbye,
we worked
Ray.
really hard.
you're
Get your
kicking
money
me off
back
my own.
late.
Yeah, kicking me off my own podcast. But I don't know. I feel like we could. Is there anything you guys want to pimp on here? Paul, do you have a name for your production company?
We're working on it.
Yeah.
Hey,
So no.
Josie, did you want to go and tell me Paul's name for a thing? Oh, last thing. Do you listen to Lizzo at all, Josie?
It annoys me, but
Okay.
sometimes, yeah.
I don't know what Lizzo is.
That why men great till they gotta be great.
It's
Don't
what
text me, tell it
Yeah.
straight to my face.
it's what white women listen to
When they want to feel empowered.
when they're in like committed relationships but want to yell about their exes.
Yeah.
That's
That sounds horrific.
I'm gonna show you a picture of her.
She's
as well.
a very large woman, large and proud. Okay,
large
she's
and proud.
Like she wears like bras and like
Yeah.
It's
suit
too
coat.
much.
Like she's definitely like very proud of
Okay.
her.
Which
Which
there's
is
nothing
fine.
wrong
It's
with
great.
fat
There
people.
isn't. I was just trying to give
This
Paul
picture's
an
on the
image.
internet. Ugh. All right.
Oh
Hold on.
my gosh, you can't say that.
What?
I
mean,
Ugh.
wait till we get. To,
He said, ugh.
wait till we get. That's
Okay.
Oh, ugh. Just
It wasn't her overall, but
No, it's just very
look, I'm a fat person as well, so I feel comfortable saying this. Like, I feel like she weighs as much as I do, and I shouldn't be on television looking like this. And like,
That's why you're not.
not because of like whatever talent or but
No.
just because I'm fat. But no, so I had a show. I did the Mike Polk Jr. show on this past Tuesday. And they played a Lizzo song when I was going up. And, like, I'm familiar enough with her that I, like, know her style of song, but I don't know all of her songs. And I, like, walked up, and I just, like, the other guy on the stage, he was, like, a bigger black dude. And I was like, yo, is this Lizzo? And he's like, why are you asking me? I was like, you're the only other person with a microphone on the stage. But, like, you guys have the same body type. Like, you could be her cousin or something. And... But, like, I just was, like, riffing with it, and I was like, Lizzo is my favorite lizard person because she's famous and shouldn't be, but, like, they just gave up on her name halfway through hiding that she was a lizard person and figured that by the time this big black bitch was famous, they'd come up with a new name, and then, like, half the crowd, like, just completely turned on me.
I would
I
imagine.
can imagine, yeah.
But I was like, sorry.
I mean,
You're good at that.
ballsy.
But I was like, sorry, I called your friend a bitch, and then like they all came back in,
Okay,
like they were fine,
yeah.
like it was all like playful. I wasn't like mean about it.
Yeah.
You're
But it's
allowed
just-
to make jokes about people, I feel like, in
I'm
like
supposed
celebrities.
to punch
Yeah.
up. Yeah, like, but it was just real funny how much people care about Lizzo. Like they identify with her,
Yep.
and it's like she's just big. She's black. She's good at singing, great, but like don't identify with like you shouldn't be that bought in. It's like it's the same thing as my girlfriend's friend who loves Lil Bub. People
Yeah.
love Lizzo that much.
They do. It was when we went to a wedding over the summer, and Paul probably doesn't remember this, but when that song came on, every girl ran to the dance floor. Every girl.
I'm gonna
just to
assume-
sing it out loud.
Yeah.
Like scream it and sing it. Like
White women in their 30s love Lizzo, and it makes no sense. Like the people who were the most okay with it, there was like a table of like older black women like right onto the side of it. They fucking lost their mind when I said that. They thought it was so fucking funny, and I was like, all right, cool. Like we're fine. Like I'm not being mean or like racist in this, but like there's no reason she should be this famous looking like that. And I guess we shouldn't body shame people, but like that's part of her shtick. Like she also wouldn't be that famous if she wasn't that.
that is exactly it. You are exactly right. The reason that song is such a hit is because she looks the way she does, actually. Because it's like a reverse like psychology thing.
And girls
like,
who are like 10 pounds too heavy are like, yeah, this big woman's
Meghan
getting
Trainor did the same thing. Remember her?
Yeah, and guess what she did as soon as she got famous?
She lost weight.
Lost
And guess how many hits she's had since she lost the
all that
weight?
goddamn weight.
0.
I know. It's weird. But I don't know. We should probably wrap this up, I guess.
This has been great. Thank you so much for inviting us over.
Do you know what? Thank you for having me in your house. You're my favorite fill-in people. You were my first choice when I did this.
That's right.
Go to theguestspot.net. Go to whoisrayroberts.com for all my tour dates. There's going to be for sure one on December 21st. That is one thing I can tell you. But do we give producer Paul money to make your podcast?
Yeah.
Hit us up.
Go
I don't know
Wolf.
where. We don't have any social
Yeah,
media.
pwolf1015@gmail.com.
I Can't Read on Twitter.
Yeah, and the show. Listen to that.
Yeah, listen to I Can't Read. We've gone one episode in a row without shitting on it, so.
Yeah, we're making a record.
Oh, I'm gonna since you're not gonna listen to the podcast.
Okay.
I set up Josh last time.
Yeah.
Real hard.
The Armageddons.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I also.
I heard. No, I'm just kidding.
But so I was like, so what if you based an entire podcast around ranking movies and like it was like around some standard like Deep Impacts or like Armageddons, and he just bit hook, line, and sinker, and it was hilarious.
Paul was slightly offended. I'm just kidding. He didn't care
Led
at all.
the
He
horse
thought it
to
was
water.
funny.
No, it's
Yeah.
one of my favorite podcasts.
Yeah.
That's why I'm fine with making fun of it.
Yeah,
but.
totally. I saw the needle being thread
Yeah.
way before.
Yeah.
Way before. I was like, I see where this is going. Because Josh is just like, what are you talking about?
Aw,
Like he has
poor
no
guy.
context at all of the show. Like he
I
hasn't
have
listened
not
to
met
it.
him. He's been here 2 times now, and I still
Yeah.
haven't met him. So
One day,
one day,
He's a
yeah.
good guy.
It'll happen. We'll let the two different worlds meet.
Oh, all right.
worlds collide.
We can't have the A team and the B team meet yet. we're only 3.
I think we're B team.
I think we are too. Yeah, that's okay. We'll take B team.
All right. Well, let's cheers it up to industry and have a good day.